Hey Divi Nation, thanks for dropping by our documentation to learn all about Divi's full width header module. So there's all kinds of ways to style Divi's header and navigation settings in the theme settings in the theme customizer, but you may want to add a much more dramatic header to your page, and this is the module for that use case. So if you want to do that, definitely check out this video on the full width header module. We'll show you how to implement it and style it. So stay tuned and check that out.
In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of Divi's full width header module. The full width header module really does make it easy to add beautiful headers to your pages. You can add them to the top of your page or really anywhere you want. But we all know that every page has a header, so you're going to be using this module a lot. And so it's really important that you familiarize yourself with how to use it and all the great options available to you. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a closer look at the full width header module. Right now, I'm using the visual builder to edit a landing page for a travel website here. And as you can see, I have a full width header module deployed, showcasing the header and also a call to action button here. And so this is already showcasing some of the useful features that come with the full width header module right out of the box. One you'll see is the ability to make the full width header a full screen header, which will automatically expand the full width and height of your browser window. You will also notice that in addition to your header text or title text up here, you also have a subheadline, and you also have a button. And these things are all by default, but you can go ahead and add other customizations to them to make it really perfect for your own website. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the settings, but to do that, I'm actually going to erase this one. I'm going to add another one from scratch. So to do that, I'm actually going to come down here. I'm going to add a full width section to my page, and I'm going to add my full width header module to my full width section. Remember, because it is a full width module, it will only be able to be deployed within a full width section. And I'm not going to edit it yet, but I'm going to drag it up here to the top so we can, see it in place here. Okay, so I click on my full width header settings. You can see that the first thing I have under my content tab is the ability to add a title. So I'm going to add my title here. I'm going to call it Explore the World. And I'm also going to add a subtext here, or a subheading rather. I'm just going to paste one in there. And for my button text, you can see that I have two buttons available, and that's, if you want to create kind of a dual call to action, like a learn more and a contact us button, you can do that. I'm simply going to add a learn more button for now. You can add further content underneath your subheading here, and it will just kind of, fill in as you need. Sometimes if you want further customization to your subheading text underneath the title, you might want to just go ahead and skip the subheading text input box here and just go ahead and add it in your content box. That way you can use HTML to kind of add spans around certain text and give them different colors throughout, stuff like that, to give you more customization. As far as the links go, this is the URLs for each of the buttons that you're going to add. You also have the option of adding images to your header here. You can add a logo image, which will show above your text title here, or an image URL, header image to your header, which would by default be displayed off to the right side, which would be good for showcasing like a product or whatever it is you're needing to include in your header. To give you an idea what that looks like, I'll go ahead and add a logo here just to show you. And so the logo will be displayed up at the top here. And of course, if I had a different layout, maybe I'd change it to centered. You can see that that would look really nice, centered as well. Get to that in a moment. I could also add a header image URL. So if I was showcasing a product or something, there we go. It could be off to the right side. There's my image or whatever it is you need. But for now, I'm going to get rid of these because we're going to keep it nice and simple for our header. And the background, adding a background is a good option for your headers. We can go ahead and do that. I'm going to actually add a background image here. Go into my media gallery here. Let's go ahead and select this image, upload it, and there you go. You can start to see it come to life a bit, but we still can't read the text on top because we need some, some more design changes, which we'll do in the next tab here. All right. You can further customize the background image settings here. You can even add a parallax effect if you want for your image, which is nice, or add blend effects if you want to combine your image with maybe a background color, and go back to your image and maybe blend it together with some luminosity, for example, and then create a kind of cool effect there. I'm going to get rid of my background color for now and just kind of keep my background image blend normal. All right, let's go to our design settings now. We're going to keep our layout orientation here left aligned, but we could change it to centered if we like, which is a popular way to display your main headers. One of the great things you can do in a click of a button is deploy your full screen header here. You can make it full screen. You can see it span the full width of the browser window and the height of the browser window. And I'm going to actually keep that as the default. And, it doesn't matter if this is set, no matter what browser window size it is, it's going to load and fill up that browser window, which is nice. It's good consistency. You can also add a scroll down button to kind of remind the reader that, yes, there's more to this page than a header. And you can do that by selecting this button here, and then you can kind of see it down here. And when I click on it, it will just scroll down the page for me, which is a helpful addition. And you can change the icon and the style of this button if you want, using these customization settings here. Maybe you don't like it that big, or maybe you want it a lot bigger. You can do that. I'm going to disable it for now. Let's see, the image vertical alignment. This would be the image that you have set in your content tab under images. You see you have a header image URL. If you had that one set, let me just go ahead and put it in just to show you. It's going to look kind of messed up a little bit. But if I go back to my image settings, I can change it to bottom, and it would just kind of make that image flush down to the bottom. If I was displaying, like a mobile phone, popping out from behind this section here, kind of one of those kind of effects, it would be helpful to have this option. So just go ahead and make that image flush to the bottom there. Go ahead and change that back. Get rid of my image here, and let's go on. This overlay option is very convenient. It adds a overlay to your background image so that you can read your text a lot better. So before I add my background overlay, I'm actually going to go down here and I'm going to change my text color to light. So I can already start to see it better. It makes all of my title, subheader, text, and my button all white. And so now when I go back to my overlay, I can start, creating a good background overlay color. So I'm going to go ahead and paste mine in here. All right, so you can see you can make it a little lighter or darker, however you want here. But this adds a unique design to your site. And, it's almost like having your own photo editor built into the Divi theme, which is really nice and convenient. Let's go ahead and go on. Under my text, I've already changed it to light, and I want to keep my text vertical alignment center. If I wanted to make it to the bottom, I could do that, but I want to keep it centered. Let's go ahead and change our text title. I'm going to go ahead and change my title font to Oswald. And let's go ahead and make it bold and uppercase. And let's go ahead and increase our title font size to, let's make it 80 pixels. You're also going to want to go in here and customize that text size for your tablet and smartphone as well, so that it's not too big. I want to keep my title text color the way it is. Keep it light. My title letter spacing, keep it at 0, and my line height, let's go ahead and increase it a little bit to 1.3. All right, that looks good. I don't have any content text. That's if I go back to my content tab under my text section, that's the area here. I didn't really add any content to there, but if I did, I would want to use this content text section to edit those, or that text there. I do have a subheader, so I'm going to go ahead and customize my subheader. I'll go ahead and give it a font of Oswald as well. I'm going to increase the font size to about 20. And let's see, let's go ahead and increase that line height a bit. Maybe change it to like 1.7. Give it some nice space. Let's go on. All right, so we have two buttons that we can style. We chose button 1 from our content tab. So if you remember, if I go back to my content section, under links, I have button 1, which I need to add a URL if you have one. And I have button 1 text here. So I'm using button 1, and so I can go ahead and make styles to this button by choosing, to toggle, use custom styles, and then go in and style it however I want. I'm going to actually style it a little bit, create some spacing between those letters. Also going to change the font to Oswald to match, make it bold, uppercase. And I'm going to choose this button icon on hover. So there you go. I'm going to save my options. I'm going to go ahead and save my page here. And I'm going to open it to exit out of my visual builder. You can see when the page loads, it has spanned the full width of my screen. When I scroll down, I can start seeing the rest of my content there. And there's your overview of the Fullwidth header module.